Hi all! Everything in my video is pulled from the public domain, and I am using them under the Fair Use, Fair Dealings guidelines. Everything I say is my own opinion. You should look into this information for yourselves, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Good morning, everybody. All right, this is officially one of the longest videos I've ever done. We've got a few updates to some stories, a few small little things before we get into the nitty-gritty. I almost split it in half because it's so long, but stick with me on this, okay? I've got all my video proof. I've got all my photographic proof. You know how I am. So let's just jump right in with both feet and get going, shall we? Let's go. Our first story for today is one of those ones that you just look at it and go, what? But they are having a mass exodus from California. And to be fair, in the area where they live in Montecito, people are selling their houses that live around them and they're running because now that Harry and Meghan are there, they've lost all their privacy. All right, moving on. This story was very interesting. They did not launch one single lawsuit in 2021. Well, I honestly believe that's because they're running out of money. It costs millions to sue these people. And of course, you can't sue if you're in cahoots. Like the picture of Meghan, the papped picture of Meghan, where she was pregnant and she was carrying Archie. She sued that other magazine for taking a picture of the back of the kid's head. And here we have a full facial photo, and they didn't sue. And the reason they didn't sue is because they were in cahoots with the photographer. Yeah, all right, moving on. All right, a quick update. It looks like Epstein and Virginia Roberts did some sort of a settlement with some people. We can just imagine who they were. And Andrew said that he should have been part of this and that he's got a release from liability. They're saying no. This is going to continue to play out, but I'm sticking by what I said before, innocent until proven guilty. Now, with all that said, let's jump on to what's happening. Let's not forget that Andrew has had his HRH stripped. He's been stripped of all his patronages. He's had everything done to him that was done to Harry. And people are now saying, well, we want the dukedom gone, right? Well, here's the problem with that. Listen to this.
Challenge. A dukedom is a title, and it's deemed to be a piece of intangible property. And generally, the law doesn't like people being able to be seized of their property without any prior lawful authorization. That's a general principle of law. So in order to remove the dukedom from Prince Andrew, and indeed his title as a prince, it would take an act of parliament.
So now we know that not only the dukedom, but the prince title can be stripped, which means it can also be stripped from Harry. But hopefully everybody now has a better understanding as to why Harry and Meghan's dukedom and prince title have not yet been removed. Okay, moving on. This next story, this is absolutely true that Harry and Meghan contributed to hate speech against the royal family. They are aware, very aware of their rabid fan base and the things that they say about Harry's brother, his niece, his nephews, his grandmother. He's aware of it. Meghan's aware of it. They've reached out to these people and spoken to them. They're aware, but they're not saying anything or doing anything to get them to stop. Therefore, they are contributing to the hate speech. I think on some level they're enjoying it. And remember what Meghan always said, if you're complacent, you're complicit. All right, moving on. All right, here we go. Harry's PR team, now they're claiming that the Queen is snubbing Lilibet's first birthday in favor of hosting a huge event. No, she's not snubbing her first birthday. It's her Platinum Jubilee, and there is an event for the Platinum Jubilee on that day. Harry and Meghan are probably not going to be invited. But if they are invited, I'm sure they'll try to turn the entire event into something having to do with their daughter instead of celebrating the Queen. Now, there's a lot going on starting on June 3rd going forward. Really too much for me to cover all of it. But it looks like it's going to be absolutely amazing. They're planting trees. As a matter of fact, over 60,000 trees have already been planted in the UK. I love that. There is event after event after event. You all in the UK have no idea how much I wish I could be there. There's going to be special displays. And lastly, celebrations on the Queen's private estates. All right, moving on. This next story actually had me laughing. According to a new study, Harry and Meghan are among the most boring people in the world. I totally can see that. They came in second place behind having no Wi-Fi. Yeah. All right, moving on. Do you remember the tweet I showed you the other day from Clay Aiken where he said victimhood is like the new trend in the United States? Well, Meghan's fans are upset that Clay Aiken had a tweet that talked about this heart-wrenching story on 60 Minutes about Americans without food or water or a place to live, punctuated by commercials of Meghan Markle on a mansion veranda whining about her life. Yeah, that just about sums it up. And with that, my follower Dennis asked if there were any active volcanoes going on right now that need a couple of sacrifices. All right, this one we kind of touched on already. The fact that Harry and Meghan spent more on legal fees, millions of dollars in legal fees, but only $50,000 on the charity. And I'm sure you guys have to realize that the reason for that is the money they're giving away in the charity is not their money. That's money that's been donated to them. These two don't want to donate their own money. As far as I can tell, they've never donated a dime of their own money. It's always somebody else's money, and then they go, oh, look at us, aren't we fabulous? Uh-huh. All right, moving on. Finally, let's get to the big stuff. It's being reported that Harry and Meghan are starting to go broke. They're starting to have money issues. And we've already covered in the past all the money it takes to run their house and the staff and the security and the lawsuits. And the money is not rolling in like they thought it was going to be. And that's why, in my opinion, again, just my opinion, you see stories like this. Yes, Harry is going to sue the UK government because they won't give him security when he's in the UK. And he's blaming they're not returning for visits so that the Queen can meet their children. This is all because it's not safe because the UK government won't give them security. Now, don't misunderstand. He says, I'll pay for it, but I want UK people. You need to pull these people away from their regular duties, protecting the UK people, because my family is more important. Essentially, that's what he's saying. And so now the stories are coming out that Harry and Meghan are going to miss the Queen's celebrations over the security dispute. Come on. They haven't returned to the UK in 2 years. Do not believe for 1 second that that's simply because the UK won't give them security, okay? That's not correct. Meghan, I've already told you, will never step foot back in the UK, and I don't believe the children are in any danger. I think the only person in danger is Meghan. Oh my God, I feel so sorry for the Queen. Harry's just going to keep going and going, making her miserable until she passes away. So let me point something out to you that you may not realize, or maybe you know it and it's gone from your brain. Harry is not one of the Queen's sons. He's one of the Queen's grandchildren. Beatrice doesn't have security, neither does her sister, neither does Zara and Peter Phillips. None of these people get protection. Just a reminder, the Queen, Charles, William, their children, people that are in direct line to the throne get 24-hour protection. The rest don't. Not Edward, not Sophie, not their 2 children, none of them. But for some reason, Harry thinks his family is special. I find it shocking that he's giving the reason it's not safe, and that's why the kids have not returned to the UK. No, the kids are safe. Meghan is not safe. If people see her, she's probably going to have stuff thrown at her. Like I can really see the UK people throwing tomatoes and stuff at her. That's why they're not returning to the UK. I'm also going to point out that this gives them the perfect excuse not to show up for the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. We already know they will not be with the senior royals on the balcony. If they go, they're only going to be going to a few small private functions. Nothing that really requires them to have security except going to and from Frogmore. But this gives them the perfect excuse not to show up. They wouldn't give us security, so no, we can't fly. Get it? Now, let's make sure that you guys understand the full picture. He's willing to pay for the police security. He's willing to pay for them. But the police aren't for hire. When they first came to the United States, Trump flat out said, we're not paying for your security. But now that Biden is in office, there's a rumor that security is being provided by the U.S. government. I hope that's not true. I've written in and asked, and I have not received a response. But when Biden gets voted out at the end of this term, that's going to be the end of any U.S. security for him. Scooby-Doo, of course, had to throw his 2 cents in, and, they're doing this because they want to be safe. Harry is claiming that he was chased by the paparazzi. He and Meghan had made a claim like that back in California, that they were chased by the paparazzi. But there's no proof of that. There would be pictures from somebody somewhere if that actually happened. With that, I must say, Scooby-Doo has gone off the deep end. Look at this tweet he put up. Prince Harry was forced to become 100% self-sufficient. They put out a statement, Harry and Meghan did, saying they wanted to be financially independent. Plastic Man here has really lost it. Like, seriously, he's just gone off the deep end, in my opinion. All right. I agree with what Lulu LA said on Twitter. Completely. So Harry was living in a country with the second highest death rate due to gun violence in the world. And he tells everybody on Oprah that he has no qualms about taking Archie out on his push bike. But yet, to come to the UK where guns are not permitted, it's not safe. And another follower of mine pointed out that if UK security services actually got some intelligence about Harry and his family being in some sort of danger, they would share it. When it comes down to it, he's using this as an excuse not to come back to the UK. After all, we already know that when he comes, he's triggered and he has panic attacks. It's terrible. You guys know that I love the British news media, and there's one gentleman who said exactly what I would say if I could, and I really recommend you go up and watch it. I've linked it in the description box above. I am going to put just a few snippets in here, though. Enjoy.
Right Royal Numpty, the Ginger Windsor himself, Prince Harry, is demanding royal security protection when he comes to the UK. But it's clear to me that he's seeking the privilege of royalty without actually fulfilling any of the duties. Royal protection, but no royal responsibility. Sounds like having your royal cake and eating it. I don't know why he's worried. He travels everywhere with that terrifying wife of his, Yoko Ono.
See what I mean? Yes, you want to watch it. So like I said, it's linked in the description box above. Harry said he's doing this because UK protection has access to information that his protection team would not have access to. But the former head of Scotland Yard flat out said, this isn't true. If we had the information, we would pass it on. This is what I think it's really all about.
Well, there are many celebrities that come into the United Kingdom who don't have access to Home Office briefings or intelligence, and their security staff are able to keep them safe. So I think he's again saying, I'm actually a member of the royal family and I should get better protection.
It's this entitlement theme.
I think the optics are terrible, and I suspect that ensconced over there in California, they don't quite understand.
I mean, honestly, Great Britain News did a poll. Would you be upset if they didn't return? Look at the response. Initially, stories like this were coming out when it was thought that Harry wanted the UK taxpayers to pay for it. Netflix, it looks like, couldn't help them if they did need the help because they're having to raise their subscription prices again. People are canceling their subscriptions. They're not willing to deal with these two. Netflix is funneling millions to them. They've got nothing in return. Right. Their statement is that they are updating their prices so they can continue to offer a wide variety of quality entertainment options. And we offer a range of plans. Sounds to me like they're funneling money. They're running out of things. They're having financial issues. People have been canceling their Netflix subscriptions right and left since they took Harry and Meghan on, and now they're having issues. Here's what it comes down to. Harry and Meghan renounced their claim as internationally protected persons. And there's a chance that if it is concluded in court that his family requires protection in the UK, this could set a very bad precedent. It means that he might need the protection everywhere he goes, in essence giving him back the status of being an internationally protected person. And that means that he and Meghan never have to pay for security. You guys know I love Piers, and of course Piers Morgan had to come in with his 2 cents on it. Piers Morgan simply pointed out that it's not right to use UK resources that are needed elsewhere to protect these guys. Piers stated that now that the Queen's grandson, who's been baiting the royal family and the monarchy all year, has popped up from his mansion in California to say that when he comes back to the UK, he wants to have the British police protect him. Sorry, mate, that's not how it works. He pointed out that Harry is a private citizen. He doesn't do any royal duties. They're making hundreds of millions of dollars fleecing their royal titles, which they still have, while trashing the royal family and the institution of the royal family. Personally, I hope he does sue so that he'll lose. It'll cost him a ton of money, and he'll realize how much people in the UK really just don't like him anymore. All right, moving on. People were very quick to point out we're not that far into 2022, and Harry is once again moaning about something. I have never seen somebody who plays victim like this guy does with his wife. Now, let me also just say that Scooby-Doo put this tweet up not long ago. Basically, they're saying they're not coming. Okay, fine, don't come. But I have a feeling that they were hoping to tape for Netflix as well. And since they're relegated to the back, not happening. And of course, Harry's PR team, Sunshine Sachs, is out in full force now, and the UK is denying the Queen a chance to meet Lilibet and Archie. It's not Harry's fault, it's the UK's fault. What? So what it all boils down to is this, and I've always said this, if Harry and Meghan had gotten their way with the half in, half out, they never would have cried racism, they never would have cried victimhood. But they didn't get what they wanted. But I truly believe they thought that they could walk away, still have the protection, still have all the trappings of royal life, but not have any of the responsibilities. It didn't turn out that way. I'm sure Meghan assured Harry, oh, Harry, your family won't do that to you. They love you. Oh, Harry, don't worry. And then the boom dropped. Thank you guys for sticking with me. I know this is a ridiculously long video, but you know I want your comments and you know I'll read every single one. Make sure to leave them below, okay? Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified of future uploads. You can follow me on Twitter. You can follow me on Getter. For those who have donated to my coffee fund, thank you so much. And as always, you guys, have a great day.